I speak to real estate agents every single day, and every now and then I'll get a realtor who comes in and says, you know what, I just think I'm losing the passion for real estate, or maybe I'm not passionate about this, which is why I'm not able to perform in real estate. And it's funny because this always happens at around the time where the market goes down, you're getting less referrals, and your phone is ringing less. So, my response in this is that I don't think that you're truly not passionate about this, but I do think that there's a couple things wrong with your process and with where your business is at. So in this video, I'm going to break down what I think that is wrong and what we can change to improve our situation and make ourselves unbelieve the fact that maybe we're not passionate. So right out the gate, a couple of reasons why I think realtors are not passionate or get burnt out when they're doing their real estate business, especially when the market gets slow, is the fact that they're not having any lead generation activities that are directly benefiting them or coming into contact with them. And more so what they're doing is they're doing outbound marketing. So what I'm talking about here is basically they're not doing enough inbound and they're doing too much outbound, which is leading them to get burnt out. Now at the end of the day, there's only so many hours you have in a day, and if you're spending all your waking hours doing outbound lead generation, that's going to get very exhausting in a month or 2 months or 3 months. Sure, you might be able to do that for a short period of time, but if all you're doing is chasing the next deal and chasing the next deal and trying to door knock the next house and trying to cold call the next buyer or seller, you're really going to get tired and you're probably not going to have that longevity, because you have to remember, in this game of real estate, it's not about like winning a certain award and you've made it as a real estate agent. It's about staying in the business, and that's how you win as a realtor. And in this game where it's just a continuous game, and your only job is to be staying a realtor, then why would you ever not look at systems that allow you to have that inflow of leads that make your job a lot easier? So that's the first one. Now the second one was kind of similar. It was don't have any systems or structure. So if you've been a real estate agent for 10, 15, 20 years and you're just trying to be that solo agent over and over and over again every single year, yeah, it's going to get exhausting. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to get tired, and you're not going to really want to do the business or the work. And that's why you probably feel a little bit burnt out. But most agents who don't feel that are the agents who start to bring buyer's agents in, they bring listing agents in, they bring other agents in for referral partners. And they have that deal flow. They have that flow of leads that are coming to them on a daily basis, so that they can just basically sit back and refer off clients that they maybe otherwise don't want to work with, or they referred off to their buyer's agent. They're doing all the showings, they're out in the rain, and now you're basically just left with one of the funnest parts of the business, which is handing off referrals, getting paid for literally sitting at your desk and maybe negotiating a little bit, maybe helping out with the deal, maybe making sure that they're not going to real estate jail. But that I think is one of the most important things. Now, the next thing that I think why realtors burn out is the fact that there is a whole lot of unrealistic expectations, especially when you have social media and you're looking at like some model or some selling New York or selling LA type of real estate agent, and you're just starting your real estate career and you can't even sell a freaking condo. Like, obviously that's going to make you feel a type of way. So it's not like it's a bad thing that's out there, because it's going to be out there. You can't fight the fact that it's out there, but you can remove yourself fully. You can stop following other agents. You can stop following those top real estate agents. Honestly, you can just stop going on social media as a whole, because that stuff isn't designed to enrich your brain. If you take all that time and you take all that time that you spend on social media and you just spend on reading books, which is one of my things this year, is I want to read 50 books this year. So that means a book a week. So that means at least an hour and a half of reading a day, which sounds like a lot, but if you go into your iPhone settings and you search your screen time and look at what you spend most of your time on your phone, you'll see it's shocking. Like 3, 4, 5. My little cousin has like 12 hours of TikTok in a week or something like that, and it's like, holy crap, like 12 hours is more than an hour a day. You can definitely fit that reading in, or whatever it is to enrich your mind or your body. So I think that's a huge missed opportunity when people are just looking at other people and they're not just focusing on what's within. And I think that'll make a massive difference if you change some of those things. Now, I also think that passion comes from discipline. And I think that a lot of the times that I was just starting in real estate. Like I was door knocking, I was cold calling, I was doing some crazy things to get clients, and I didn't love it. I hated it actually. I quite frankly hated it. And I remember a specific day, and you may have heard about it. I talk about it on social media all the time, where me and my buddy literally midday got a bottle of wine, and we're like, you know what, fuck it, let's just drink a bottle of wine and let's cold call for like hours. And yeah, we did that, but it's at the end of the day, it's about having the discipline to stay with it and get good enough so that you can actually build the passion around it, and you don't have to focus on the fact that like, hey, I need this internal passion. Because I don't think, a lot of people don't have a lot of passion for a lot of things, especially if they haven't tried anything. Like I was actually watching an Instagram, speaking of social media, I got it down, but I and nobody's perfect with this, it's an ongoing thing, right? But I was watching, or I saw a meme, and it was like one of the best golfers um, picked up his first golf club at like 28 or something like that. And it's like, okay, this this golf legend was doing super well and made the PGA and won so many awards, but they didn't find that passion until they were in their late 20s. So really, like, if you're not trying things, you're not trying new things, like, I don't think that you have the ability to say that you are not passionate about anything, because passion comes from trying things. Now, a couple things. When here's my little thing on if I think it's time for you to actually quit real estate, because there's definitely the point where some people do need to move to a different industry, or move to a whole different career in and of itself. But a couple of reasons: if you're not willing to learn and you're not willing to put those hours in that it actually takes to learn a new skill, because essentially that's what real estate is, it's you're picking up a new skill, then I do think it's time for you to quit. I also think it's time for you to quit if you think it's easy money, because right now, I mean, a lot of agents can attest to this, is that it's not easy money, and it doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. But if you're able to put that time in and pick up skills, then yeah, it'll be a lot easier. And the last reason for I think you should quit is the fact that if you're not coachable, or you're consistent with the coaching that is actually given to you. I mean, if you're in an industry and you've never received coaching, then one, how the heck do you think that you're ever going to be able to achieve more than what somebody else has done without learning and paying for the time increase that it takes you to learn a skill, and getting that from somebody who's already done it. But two, if you're not implementing those things that they actually are giving you, or that advice that they're telling you, that's proven to work, then it's really your loss. Like, you're kind of dropping the ball there. Now, what to focus on instead, a couple of things that you could just focus on instead of having all these thoughts of if you're passionate or not, is solving problems. So figure out what the actual constraint is of your business and what's going on in your business, and just focus on solving that problem. You want to master your lead generation, sales, and follow-up. You want to make sure all of those processes are written and they're actually followed every single day. And you want to also build a business. You don't want to build a vibe. So I kind of wrote this one in because a lot of people are on that culture of like, oh, I want my work to be vibey, or I want my work to just be fun. It's like, no, you don't need that for a little bit, especially if you're trying to get something off the ground. If you think about it, a plane even takes a lot of intense pressure at the beginning just to get off the ground. Once it's off the ground, sure, cruise if you want to cruise. But if it's not off the ground yet, why the fuck are you going cactus at 8 p.m.? Why are you not? I get passionate about this stuff, but why are you doing that? Like, it's just spend the money figuring out the skills that you need in order to get better and to enjoy this life properly. Now, encourage them to commit to the hard stuff if they want results. That's another one I wrote down, and that's probably written because you have to commit to even doing the hard stuff. I know the hard stuff is hard, hence hard, but if you commit to the fact that, hey, you know, I'm going to do the hard stuff first, or I'm going to make sure I do the hard stuff, then that's when it'll make a massive difference. Now, what I do is I decrease the rate that realtors are leaving the industry by helping them implement systems in their business and increase their GCI year over year. If you are interested in that, I put a link below where you can book a call to speak to our team, and I'll see you guys on the next video.